Good morning and welcome to the Brick by Brick podcast with Ronald Pauleus. We laid a foundation here for your future. We talk about consistency. We talk about principles woven throughout our universe that you can take a hold of and build a life worth living. Here, your host, here to help you take bold action. We're in January and I'm pushing forward on my run of consistency and discipline and hammering it hard because at the very beginning is where you need to lay the foundation. You need to set the expectation that you are going to do the work. Nobody, listen to me, listen to this. Nobody is good at the start. Nobody is bad after 10,000 attempts. There's a lie that stops people from even beginning. It's the lie that I'm not good at this. Whether you're wanting to build a business, your body, your mind, your content, your calling, you got to earn the skill. You got to build the skill through repetition. The skill comes from the doing. Nobody is good at the start, and nobody is bad after 10,000 attempts. I'm going through Angela Duckworth's book called Grit, and she lays down fascinating content, and it's just amazing. And she talks about how people who are naturally talented, they, or you kind of can look at them, it's like the student at school who they're naturally gifted at this and they don't even study for tests. You put in the work just to make it a B, just to make 90%, just to pass. But then you see that play over a period of time and you incrementally get better than them because you're sharpening and cultivating a skill and habits and a framework. They're relying and coasting on talent. Get this, talent only takes you so far. Natural ability only takes you so far. You see teenagers eating horribly, messing up their body with food and not exercising, but they could get up and they could sprint and they could run a mile. Just boom, gone. They can stay up all night and then be up at 6 a.m. I went to sleep at 2 and I'm up at 6 and I'm gone. That's that natural ability, that natural power. But talk to that same teenager in their 30s and 40s and 50s. They're not doing the same thing. They're probably going to bed at 8 p.m. instead of midnight. Why? Because natural ability, talent, only takes you so far. You can coast. You can coast with talent. But you won't be able to thrive. You won't be able to go a further distance. It's the discipline of doing the work, cultivating the skill that gets you from just coasting to accelerating. And so I want to attempt to eliminate some myths and highlight some principles in this podcast. First, I want to talk about the myth of natural talent. I kind of already talked about it some. You see, we love the idea of prodigies. We love the stories of, man, that guy he played the violin since he was 3 years old and was killer at it. Those are fascinating, and we have a lot of those stories. But get this, We have a lot of those stories because we have 8 to 9 billion people on earth. It's the law of numbers. When there is that many people, sure, there will be oddities and people who stand out that are just seemingly freaks. But let's look at the other people who are successful, who did not have talent, who did not have the natural skill, who stayed up all night working, who stayed up all day just putting in the work, learning, studying, joining coaching programs, doing repetitions, going to the comedy club to tell jokes a million times until they finally got the rhythm, got the punchline, found out how to deliver the joke with the right tone. 99 times out of 100, they're not an overnight success. They're people who just kept showing up. And that's why I've titled this episode, Your First 100 Attempts Don't Matter. Do 500 more. Now, they don't matter in the sense of it's not a trophy card. You can say, oh, look, I did it 100 times. Yay, I should be successful in doing the thing now. I should have abs now. I should have $1 million in my bank account now. I should have the wife now. I should have the kids who are disciplined and love and are gentle and kind and respectable now. No, the first 100 don't matter. It's what comes after that. You see, Alex Hormozi put it like this: the gap between where you are and where you want to be is just reps. You're not lacking talent. You're lacking reps. And until you can get in your mind that the more reps you do, the closer you will get to your goals, you will always be discouraged. You will always hesitate to continue. You will always not strive towards your goals because you don't realize the hard way is the way you get there. And you got to put in the reps. You've heard this saying before. It's the 10,000 hour principle. Malcolm Gladwell has talked a lot about this in his book, Outliers. Fascinating book. The idea is this: to become world class at anything, you need about 10,000 hours of deliberate, intentional practice. Not 10,000 hours of attempts or of coasting, 10,000 hours of attempts. 10,000 hours of showing up when it's awkward. 10,000 times of tripping over your words. 10,000 times of you giving an offer, negotiating, having conversation. 10,000 bricks laid when no one is watching. Everyone is bad at the start. Nobody is bad after 10,000 hours. Ronald, can you really say that? I could, because what happens? You put in the reps so much, you instinctively get good. Instinctively. My wife, Joanna, she was learning the violin, or I think it was piano. She was learning piano. And her first teacher taught her wrong when it comes to positioning her forearms and hands and fingers and all the things related to playing piano. It wasn't until she got to her second teacher that that new teacher, helped her unlearn all the wrong ways she played the piano. And as I thought about that, what concluded the conclusions I made were when you're doing reps, if you're doing reps with the wrong form, it actually hurts you. And this is where the nuance comes in. It isn't simply 10,000 hours. It's 10,000 hours being guided. 10,000 hours with the constructive feedback loop. 10,000 hours of someone saying, okay, shoot that shot a little bit higher. You want to make sure when you're negotiating, you use this tone when you deliver the pitch, when you deliver the offer. You want to make sure that when you're playing the piano, your arms are laying on the keys like this instead of like that. You need 10,000 hours of a constructive feedback loop, because what you don't want to end up doing is getting 10,000 hours and the whole time you are holding and playing the instrument the wrong way. Because what happens? 10,000 hours or something, you could do it with your eyes closed. I remember being in keyboard class when I was in high school, and I had a lady who, a teacher who was particular. She probably was on the spectrum, which worked for keyboard class. But I remember her getting angry at me for different things, and I was a brat. I was a brat in high school, guys. I was a brat. I was not a Christian. I was mean and wanted to be the class clown, and I was a brat. Anyways, I remember being in that course though, and it was a very simple course. We just did keyboarding programs. So for, I don't know, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I think it was every other day. So maybe an hour and 30 minutes every other day. However the blocks were, we did keyboard lessons. And so the whole class, it was she didn't teach anything. She just communicated at the beginning. Here's where you create an account. Here's a login. Make sure you put your student ID so it's connected to your student profile so I can give you a grade when you complete, etc., etc. And that's all she did. And she was on her computer herself the whole time, just typing away. And we'd be on the computer, self-taught, self-paced, and I got really good. I was putting in the reps. To this day, I can type with my eyes closed because of that foundation. So much so that my peers would say, "Hey, Ronald, can you come type for me? Because I'm getting behind here." And I did it for fun. I wanted to see how fast I could type, how many words per minute I could type. What was happening there was I was putting the reps that it became instinctual. No longer was I saying, okay, where is E? Okay. They wants me to spell the word dragon. Okay, where's G at? Okay. No longer was I doing that because I put in the reps so much that I was able to do it with my eyes closed. And in the same way, when you put in the 10,000 hours, you will begin to realize why people say, man, Michael Jordan makes it look easy. Have you ever seen some of Steph Curry's shots? It's insane. The dude's getting ready for the game, and he's shooting half-court shots like it's nothing. He's under pressure. He's being guarded by two people, and with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, he seemingly throws it in the air. Nothing but net. What's happening there? The guy has spent so much time in the gym, so much time doing the same repetitive motion with his hand, boom, boom, from different places of the court with different pressures and techniques, that instinctively, 2 seconds left, I need to let go of this ball. I need to shoot and I can't pass it. I need to shoot and let go of this ball. Let me just do this. All of that happening in milliseconds. Boom. And people don't realize for someone one day to say, man, Ronald makes it look easy the way he negotiates. When you spend 10,000 hours, it better be easy because it's become instinctual. And so the way you protect yourself is by not judging your day one. Very few people post their day one. Hey, taking a selfie. Here I am at a property I just got or here I am going to a appointment to negotiate a contract. Here I am. I didn't get the contract. No one posts their day one. Here I am at the gym. I barely did 3 push-ups. No one posts their day ones. No one is posting their awkward phone calls, their shaky videos. No one's posting about the deal that fall apart. You see, the times you stared at your screen and wondered if it was even worth it, I want you to let you know it's worth it. Don't judge your day one and let that be the foundation for your potential. Man, I'm horrible. Yeah, I need to not keep on with this. Everyone's horrible at the beginning. Every master was once a beginner. Every pro got laughed at. Get this. Steph Curry has missed more threes than he has made. And yet he is the leading 3-point shooter of our day and age. Isn't that insane? He has missed more threes than he has made. And yet he's the leading 3-point shooter of our day and age. Guys, if you judge yourself too early, you'll quit before you're the miracle. And so that's why I want you to have in mind the power of refinement. Your first pitch is going to be trash. Your first YouTube video, awkward. Go back and look at my first ones. Go listen to my first few podcast episodes. First deal, chunky, clunky, ugh. But you got to press on because that's the price of future greatness. Cody Sanchez says you don't get confidence before the reps. You earn confidence through the reps. You're bad right now, but no one's bad after 10,000 attempts. Because the invisible work always pays off. Are you willing to knock 1,000 doors so you can get one real estate contract that could change your life? Are you willing to write content no one likes until that one content blows up and you get a writing gig? Are you willing to make offers? Are you willing to pitch? Are you willing to sell as much as you can? Stack up the reps until one of those deals do a breakthrough? See, the game changes for you when you stop chasing validation and you start chasing volume. When you get in your mind that it's better that I do the reps. This is a price for greatness. This is a price for me to get to my goals. No longer do you need to post it on Instagram or post it here and there. And, I want my mommy to say, good job, keep going, buddy. When you're done with that and you're here to get the reps, because volume beats luck every time, as Alex Hermazi would say, then you start getting some traction. So what's that thing? What's that skill? What are you trying to cultivate right now? Don't stop. Keep going, because you don't just get better, you become undeniable. Now you're a force to be reckoned with. No one saw Steph Curry coming until he came. Wait, who's that guy making all those threes? Oh man, the Splash Brothers, what are they doing? What are they up to? they weren't announcing themselves. They just showed up, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, hold on, whoa. You're not bad at this. You're just early. You're not bad at this. You're just a beginner. Nobody is good at the start, and nobody is bad after 10,000 hours, 10,000 attempts, 10,000 show-ups. So keep going, keep building, and lay the bricks, brick by brick, until you build a life worth living.